scope of the management system is extremely important because it defines the boundaries of applicability, particularly within a business. Is it applicable to some processes or all processes? Is it applicable to geographic regions? Is it applicable to an entire country, or is it a global management system? It's extremely important because the scope of the management system will define who leadership is, because leadership can be leadership in an organization. It could also be global leadership within the organization, and that's going to influence roles and responsibilities. It's also going to influence those legal factors that we spoke about as to how your management system is defined.
Scope of a management system is important, and one of the main reasons it is important is many businesses change dramatically over time. And therefore the scope of their operations and ultimately the scope of their management system will change accordingly. Where an organisation is fairly static, delivering either the same products and or services in the same way to the same clients, in the same jurisdictions, etc., then often the scope will not change. However, if you are a changing organisation, an organisation that is growing or acquiring other businesses, then it's important that the scope is reviewed regularly to identify if your management system structure needs to be defined or updated to include a scope of this new section, new service, new product, new geographical location which you're operating in.
It's clearly important because there's so many different parts of the management system that could be in there. It's important that you outline what you are referring to. Things that happen in your business are going to be governed by this particular management system. You may have a number of different management systems happening at the same time, so they need to clearly define their boundaries, or there may be other processes that help govern what happens in an organisation that may or may not be included in your management system. So it's really important from the point of view of the concerned parties. They're going to be your internal and external concerned parties, that they know what this system is referencing.
To know what to include and exclude from management of the whole system, you need to know the activities that applies to the management system. You need to know the location of the activities and the interaction between different processes that have input and output from those processes. So, or each one of those activities. Hence, it's quite important to define what the scope of the management system is so you can manage it accordingly.
Why is the scope of the management system important? It tells you the point. It tells you where you have to worry about it, where you don't. It keeps on giving you a reference to come back to understand what are you trying to achieve and what are you trying to do with the management system. It tells you what's left out, what's included, and gives you some purpose and direction.
Well, as we said previously, it sets the boundaries of your management system, so it determines where you spend your time. It determines what processes you need to document, how you need to control things, and who does what. So it really does set the ballpark for the whole QMS.
If you enjoyed this video, click on the link to view the next compliance conversation.